We're finally getting a sneak peek of what's to come in the next November update, including so many new stuff, some potential migration changes, and so much more. So stick around in this video because we'll be discussing the brand new the feedback update that they've sent out, and we're gonna make some predictions together on what to expect for the game going forward. What is up guys, MEOWER here, back with a brand new Call of Dragons video. We finally got some information about what's coming up in the next update that is coming out in November, plus we're gonna be making some juicy predictions on what to expect for the game. So without further ado, if you like content like this, please don't forget to drop a like, don't forget to subscribe, and let's get started. So we're finally getting a juicy, proper dev Q&A, providing us and giving us some insight on what's to come next for the future of Call of Dragons, the game we all love to hate and hate to love and just adore, are addicted to, and so on and so forth. So, over the past two updates, there has been a lot of discussion among the community regarding Season 2 content, which, by the way, the map could really use some changes. I hate to play another 2 seasons of this map at least till Season 3 comes out. It's gonna be torture. Anyway, and the Warped system. In this developer Q&A, we'll be discussing season resets, Warped skills, and improvement to controls and upcoming additions to gameplay. So question 1, when you begin Season 2, there's a lot of repetitive work that has to be done upgrading heroes and artifacts and playing through Dragon Trail and blah 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 blah. So they're pretty much discussing the whole season reset optimization feature. So we'll see how they're gonna approach this. With each season reset, we pay great attention to feedback from players and use it to assess long-term impact of season resets on the game. With this in mind, we'll be making improvements to season resets centered around two aspects: personal development and alliances. In terms of personal development, in order to speed up early game development and make PvE and warped gameplay more rewarding, we're considering change to partial resets for hero levels, not resetting artifact levels at all, and seizing the scrappage of arcane dust. Okay, so prediction number 1, hero levels will be reset to 30 instead of 60, and starting the season at level 60 artifacts does sound quite interesting. I don't know how it's gonna be balanced though, because the way the game is balanced right now, especially in the PvE section, is that the game is balanced around players starting out much weaker and eventually progressing forward. So they're gonna have to up the difficulty of everything just to cope with this. I don't know how it's gonna impact free-to-play players in general, because free-to-play players tend to have a slower development curve than pay-to-win players that are already much stronger with access to stronger commanders and artifacts and troops. So we'll have to see how it works out on the field. But as it is, I don't know if it's the step in the right direction or a step in a different direction. I just feel like sometimes the game is trying too much to become like Rock. It's having a bit of an identity crisis, I suppose, and we'll know why as we go deeper into this video. So be sure to not tune out, because I'm going to be dropping some really interesting information that's coming soon. So they are also planning to increase the level cap for Darklings, Dark Creatures, and Dark Forts, and their corresponding rewards. Okay, that's pretty nice. So if that happens, at least let us start with minimum level 20 Darklings and work our way maybe to level 30, level 40, whatever, Because right now, when I fight level 25, I just one-shot them. So that is something. And furthermore, when fighting in PvE, all players will receive XP in full rather than the old system where, hey, that's a nice change for the forts rather. So forts will always drop full XP. That's pretty nice. That's really nice actually. So forts will be dropping full XP and having higher level war pets as well, meaning gives us a higher chance of getting higher tier talents and everything, because it has been confirmed already that talents, 3-star talents, are in the game and they drop only exclusively from level 25 pets with a probability of 2%. So that has already been confirmed. It's in the game, so we can expect better pets in the future going forward as soon as level 25 spawn. So be sure to abuse that when it comes out. And to deepen strategic gameplay, we're designing a policy system that will change as the season progresses. So I have a bit of a thing here, because there is a rumor that some sort of certain tech is coming to Call of Dragons, and you're gonna have more marches. Wink, wink, wink. That's as much as I'm gonna say on the matter. You didn't hear it from me. But that's expected in season three, at least season three. So don't worry, put down your pitchforks for now. We'll see how changes happen till then. I am curious to see how the policy is going to change because policies are pretty game changing as well. So we'll see how the policies change. Maybe that won't happen. It will only be from policies, which I hope it's only from policies so that it doesn't gate new players of accessing them because the gap is already big between spenders and non-spenders, especially in the early game when development is scarce. However, what's more is that Dragon Trail is not going to be reset. Okay, so hopefully they'll lower the difficulty then because it is difficult. I'm still stuck at stage 30, stage 80. I can't even 3-star it. So I would not want to see higher stages as well and getting more difficult. So potentially they should sort of balance out the Dragon Trail if they're gonna be adding new stages that allow players to reach better stuff. Um, Alliances. So they're currently debating the feasibility of retaining alliances from previous seasons. At the moment, we can confirm that in late season we will allow alliance leaders to select their. Ooh, so we can select the starting region from now and not from next season. Alliance members will automatically follow their alliance lead. I don't like this. No, 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 no. That's a bad change. That's a bad change. That's a very bad change. One, because some players tend to break off the alliance and don't want to announce it till the season is over. Two, it kind of creates a sort of unbalanced stuff. So how would you coordinate with other servers on how you're gonna fill in the zone unless they automatically remove the cap of the zone? Which would automatically mean everyone lands to Enogad next season because that's by far the best starting zone. I don't like that change at all, and hopefully it gets scrapped or gets adjusted properly. We are also considering solutions to the issues regarding alliance membership numbers in the early season. Okay, doesn't affect me. I'm not a leader. I don't care much about that. We're sure you'll have plenty of questions regarding these changes, such as specifics of hero resets, increase the PvE enemy level caps, the number of new Dragon Trail stages, how to gain prestige, and other concerns. We are highly aware that any changes we will make will have an irreversible impact on how players progress over the 70 to 90 days season. We're going to need a little more time to test and refine these changes and iron out any issues, then maybe we'll update you for it. Okay, that's fair enough. We'll see how that goes, but so far these changes might not come to 1.0.20, and maybe they will, so we'll see. Will it be possible to see the times for different phases of the late season, such as seasons? Oh, we're gonna get a timeline for that. That's super nice. Hopefully the beta gets out. Hopefully the beta gets out. Let me out. Let me out. Will cross-server migration? I did mention this in the den. I just threw it out there. They're considering the differences in strength between players of season 1, 2, 3. They are not currently, however, planning to add the ability to migrate between servers that are in different seasons. They are considering adding cross-season migration after season 3 ends, but this plan is in early stages. It is pretty much going to come when season 3 comes out in maybe February or May. We still don't know the official date so far, but another hint thrown here and there. We'll see how things go though. Will we be able to choose which skill slots we want to add to war pets? Now, war pets are an interesting point of discussion for so much in the community. I think the system is fine as it is right now. You have to remember that the game is still meant for the developers to generate money, and if we are able to change or select which skill slots everyone wants to choose, then whales that can afford the highest tiers of skills will just load up their pets with the most OP stuff possible, and just bulldoze everyone. So I kind of like that there's still an element of RNG in this, just to limit how much players can still overwhelmingly get. The only thing that I want though is just to increase the probability of a skill landing in an empty slot than it is replacing the first two slots, because right now it feels like the highest probability for skills to go are usually in the first and second slot, and then the third slot, and then the next slots have like the lowest probability, and it just goes down as the slots increases. So each time you learn a new warp skill, we already know this. If an empty slot skill is available, there's a chance it may be used instead. Just increase the probability of it going to the empty skill slot, and this will be perfect. Like last update, with the introduction of more skills for us to buy from the merit shop and more skills, more ways for us to obtain, and increasing the probability of getting skills from releasing war pets, we now have a steady income of the currency that we can utilize in order to buy higher tiers of skills. Now, I stopped pretty much buying all the currency of war pets. I've only spent like $20 on it, or $25, or 35, I think. I'm not sure. And I was zeroed out afterwards, and now I have almost 10k if I want to sell all the skills I currently have and buy an OP 2-star skill. So we'll see though, we'll see, because every person has a different perspective on this. So I'm not entirely, maybe the developers are still trying to reach a certain direction. We'll see. We've made some improvements to the page that will be included in 1.0.20. This sounds like just visual changes, nothing substantial, but they are not going to change how Warped skills are learned. This has been confirmed since the moment Warped got released, and they've had that feedback from the get-go, so it's not gonna change. Question: will you make it possible to claim alliance gifts? So that's an interesting point. I can't believe they're actually gonna change it. So some players in some lucky alliances that are just suffering from too many chests, i.e. some friends in BDO or TFS or any big alliance that is full of whales, Noir, GDX, BXS, any alliance that's just full of spenders and full of whales. Some players just get too lazy from selecting all the donated gifts, and well, psychologically it's better for the developers to have people check that, so they feel like they can also have their name shown and thanked. It's sort of a psychological thing to entice people to spend more, but that's a topic for a different video. But yeah, in short, it's nice that they're finally adding an open times 10 gift instead of adding claiming all. They can add a claim all, but that will not be added at all because it goes against the purpose of showing stuff psychologically to entice people to spend more. Question: will you make it possible to log in multiple characters on the PC version? So that's a super interesting point, and I'm glad they're tackling this. So now it will be easier for you to utilize 2 accounts at least, but I just hope that the game doesn't super heat up the devices twice as hard, because right now that what? Wait, what? In order to make the PC version more convenient, we're planning to introduce a dual login feature in the future, allowing players to log in with 2 characters at the same time. At the same time, we want to ensure this feature is not used for malicious purposes. If we detect that a player is taking part in actions such as rallies, gathering, and resource assistance that affect the game balance, we will suspend the character. Oh, I wonder how that will be balanced, because what kind of suspension is it? Will it just force close the game on one of the characters? Will they get banned? They can't get banned for this, right? Sounds kind of weird. We'll see. I mean, it could open up the gate for double botted accounts instead of just regularly botted accounts, but botted accounts just use emulators in general, so I don't know. Will you add a union chat feature? Yes, please. They're finally adding it in November, the 1.0.20 update, so I'm curious as to what else is coming there in that update. What new gameplay and events are coming up? The 1.0.20 update will introduce Behemoth raids. All players will be able to take part in matchmaking and launch raid against the current season's Behemoth in a raid instance. Unlike Behemoths on the world map, Behemoth raids will be easier to take part in, and players will only be able to use a single legion there. Archer Supremacy, baby, Archer Supremacy. 1.0.20 will also introduce a treasure map event. Unlike existing gameplay where you must first gather 7 treasure map fragments to find the event, this event will grant the treasure map fragments, completing quests which can be placed together to unlock clues, which will lead you to the treasure's location more quickly. Gameplay, nice, juicy, juicy, baby. New events, give me, likey. Will you be adding new factions? There are early stages of developments. I do suspect a sort of dwarven faction, maybe, or an infantry-centered faction, because that's the only faction we're missing. We have special units for all types except for infantry. So we'll see maybe some flying infantry here and there. Flying dwarves, maybe? I don't know. We'll see though. We are still in the early stages of designing new factions. This design process can include such as new starting heroes, combat units, and faction bonuses, as well as ensuring the new content is compatible with existing factions. For this reason, it may take a while before any new faction is introduced. Well, that's kind of true. The balance of Call of Dragons is much more in depth than a game such as Rise of Kingdoms, as Rise of Kingdoms is just unga bunga, me fight, me have better stats, me smash you, while Call of Dragons has got ranged, we got melee, we got infantry, we got everything. So we'll see. That is everything for this Q&A and for this video. Overall, I'm looking forward to those changes, though some of the stuff I did say I didn't like, such as the artifact, at least not resetting, at least partially said it as well, because it might cause some balance issues at the start of the season when bigger players get an advantage much faster than smaller players. But I digress. Maybe the lack of resetting of Arcane Dust might offset that. We'll see though. We'll see. And on that note, thank you so much for watching this video. If you like content like this, please be sure to drop a like. Don't forget to subscribe, join my Discord, the link is in the description, and look forward for 2 very juicy information-based videos that will help you min-max your stats and min-max the way you play Call of Dragons so you can achieve the highest result, or rather the best results in the fastest time possible. And on that note, I will see you in the next video. Meow meow!